We now resume with Matilda's room. So you can see the support is in for the blow-in insulation across the entire ceiling. Framing is done. We have a nice little escape hatch for the attic inside of Matilda's closet. Matilda's closet is here. Our closet will be right here. Like that. And then bedroom, no changes here, as you can see. Casement windows open all the way out, which is beautiful. You'll walk in, the door will open up this way into the shower tub. Toilet right there. And then as you can see, we have everything we need for the vanity right here. So there's the two mirrors side by side with the drains and the hot and cold water. We'll put a vent in the center of the room. There's the shower drain. That's the exhaust for our furnace and our dryer. You have the two hot water, cold water there. This will be a finished shelf in the shower. It's all be custom tile. And then over here will be the tub with the window. And then you have that ceiling drain there, a ceiling exhaust vent for the plumbing system for all the pressure. So that's all done. And then walking out to the main living area. Well, living area actually is going to be behind these walls, but this extra area here, all this is finished. So ready for spray foam and blow-in insulation. Door is on. New flooring has been ordered. All right, let's go downstairs and look at the garage. So what they've done is they have cut out my existing foundation here. They're gonna bury the city septic return line that goes down over there, and it dead ends there into the ground. They're gonna bury that and then concrete back over it. So then imagine this is gone. I'll step through into my garage or my garage. This step will remain, actually. That step will remain in place. The step up, which is fine, because I asked for additional height. But here is the garage. What they confirmed is what they're gonna do is 4-inch or 2x4s. 2x4s will go here. And so I'll lose 4 inches on this side. That will be spray foamed behind it and then drywall with 5/8 drywall. On the other side over here, they're just gonna do drywall. So no insulation is an interior wall. So the interior walls are just gonna basically get drywall, which will cover up this lip right here. So I'll lose 5/8 off of this, and then behind it will just be dead space for service, like electrical, that kind of stuff, wiring. So we walk back. So again, 5/8 over here. We've already talked, we do drainage in the back. The drainage in the house has not been done yet, so we're gonna drain that. We're gonna excavate into drainage. But again, 5/8 drywall here, but this back wall and this side wall will have 2x4 studs with spray foam behind it for insulation against the elements. Now, as for my tool area, so what we've done is we have a 4-foot with a 6-inch step up. Then we have 4 feet between this spot and this spot. The toolbox I ordered is 25 inches deep, and the shelves all open 25 inches out. So we have 50 inches of space to open the shelves all the way out. So if I open them all the way out, I have to move to the side. If I don't open them all the way out, I can open them up here. The entire thing is going to be 120 inches wide. This spot right there, and this spot right there, that's 119 inches. And so what we're gonna do is we are going to cut this off and cut this off to give myself that extra few inches that I need in place. The height of my toolbox is gonna be 92 inches. And so what that means is the height of my toolbox is 92 inches, which means this would get hit, but it's actually not 92 inches all the way across. It's only the 73 inches in the middle that's 92 inches tall. And so what we're gonna do is I need to measure, figure all that out. But 8.5 feet will be what I need. And we discussed maybe boxing in these piping. We decided against that actually for serviceability, and it would actually make less height to do that. So what they're gonna do is they're going to drywall, and they're gonna rock wool all this. They're gonna drywall all the way across with lighting. And then what they're gonna do is they're gonna stop right here and then drywall at the joist, but leave the plumbing exposed. The plumbing will remain exposed, which makes it more serviceable over time. It's a garage. No one else is gonna care but me that it's not, finished, fully finished like that. But it's also just more serviceable to do it that way. But then I will have full height minus some of this back here, and this space is dead anyways, where my toolbox will be. So the toolbox will go all the way across and will, basically come up to here in most spots. And it's gonna be basically covering the entire width of the garage. And there it is. Nice to see it finally done. They want to sell me this propane heater. We're not really sure where to put it yet though. It needs to exhaust out. So I'd like to have it mounted like here, maybe, here, down, blowing heat this way or blowing heat that way. It will allow lose some ceiling space, obviously, as you can tell. It does sit down. So I'm 6'3". It would sit, it would sit basically 6'3". And so we need to figure out what we're gonna do with it. But I'd love to have this in there because it'll keep the garage space warm in the winter time, which would be perfect. What? I can't hear you. Well, it is the end of the week. Ooh, how many weeks have been doing this? 21. Wow. So siding is on, as you can see. Garage door is also installed, which is very, very exciting. Here's the back of the house. Obviously, we cannot do the landscaping yet because the ground is really wet. So we'll be doing that in a couple of weeks, once things really harden up a little bit. There's lots of work back here. This is not the final shape of the backyard. They have to reshape it, but you can get a pretty good idea of what it looks like from here. It's amazing the transformation and that just little side piece adds, but we're so close to being done. But here's the backyard, so we can have that as a keepsake. It's awesome. Here's the front of the house. We have the interesting with this like drip line, but it's like another roof comes off the house here. I think it'd be nice for keeping rain and snow melt off the front of the house. But we're also going to put in some stone over the front of the house too, so that'll make a big difference. But I want to show at least the construction of that for my own future reference. And we'll put in some lighting underneath this to face down, I believe, a few lighting items that'll face down on the garage and the front door. Oh, hey, by the way, the garage door is in. Pretty exciting there too. And then the process of digging down, they're not there yet, but you see we have some 4-inch framing on one side with the 100 amp sub panel. And there'll be an EV charger in there, the belt drive, the lift master is installed with the Granga, Granga garage door. That's in there as well. Electricians are hard at work. Plumbers are done with rough in. Electricians are doing their stuff. They wrapped up yesterday. That's our tub on the floor, but they're figuring out where everything's going to go. It's pretty impressive how much I asked for in the garage and how much they're able to actually do for me. But as you can see there, we have all the lovely, lovely, lovely power for the garage. They did a great job with just the cable management of this too. It's going to be, this whole wall is going to be spray foamed for insulation reasons. So 100 amps in the basement, and that 100 amps is also going to support some of the lighting in the upper bedrooms, which is fine. We have a ceiling for it, even with the 60 amps taken up by the electric vehicle charger. I have not done a new measurement yet. That's by door to the garage or door to the basement from the garage. I have not measured the width and depth after these changes, but as you can see, we have some framing on the back here. We did make it work with my toolbox I ordered. Will fit back there. And there's the rough end for the plumbing. That's the vanity on the right, toilet on the right, far right, forward. Left-hand side is the shower and the tub. And there's their list of all the stuff they're working through with everything. But the Cat 6 has not gone in yet, and I'll test and term those myself. Yes, there's a step up. As you remember, we stepped up because of ledge. We had some bedrock we could not break up without, I think it was going to be $8,000 to give myself an extra 4 inches of space. And I said, just do a step up. It's fine. But the framers did an amazing job. The plumber did an amazing job. You can see we have our hot and cold water going into the shower drain, vanity drains, toilet drain. So we're going to drywall the entire garage, except for the back part. We'll get drywall to the joist. We're not going to cover up the plumbing because we want that serviceable. Now going upstairs, rough-in is done for the electrical and all of the recessed lighting with 3 or 4 recessed lighting cans up front. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Yeah, 4. And some more data cables up there as well for Wi-Fi expansion. Here's the garage. And just note all that concrete will be covered by stone. So we'll have that covered in stone as well. But there's the garage door. Beautiful. And going up the stairs again. This is Matilda's room off of the front living room area. But all the electrical is in at the front of the house, which is so great. Electrical facing that way and this way and all over the place. Very, very good. And then ours is lighting up top with some more data cables for Wi-Fi. And smoke detectors, of course, go through as well. This will all be blow-in and spray foam insulation. All right, this is Patil's room. She has plenty of power plugs for herself, smoke detectors, recessed lighting, as well as a can or a hookup for a ceiling fan in her room as well. There's all the electrical for folks that are looking back, taking notes at home. 4 Cat 6s, 2 going in the living room, 2 going in Matilda's room. There'll be 2, be a light in Matilda's closet and 2 lights in our closet. And then you'll see some of those cables that are going down to the 100 amp sub panel. This is our bedroom, another ceiling fan. Hookup for we have a mini split heat pump in each of the 2 rooms. So hooks up for those, hook up for smoke detector, ceiling fans. You'll notice there on the side of the bedroom wall there is a TV plug for our bedroom as well. Now moving on to the bathroom, we have a heater in the bathroom and a fan in the bathroom and a humidity sensor that sucks up, turns on the fan if the humidity is high. Toilet needs hot water as well as a plug. The recessed vanities and the water's all in for those. Then we have the water and drain for the bathtub right here in front of the window, which is now a tempered glass pane. They had to replace that to be up to code. And then on the right-hand side here is the shower. You'll see we have a drain as well as the plugs going up. Those 2 PVC pipes are exhaust vents for the heating system as well as the dryer. And this is our shelf for the shower. Now, if you move over to the existing home, We had no lighting in our living room before except for a ceiling fan. The ceiling fan's coming out. So we put in 4 recessed lighting cans in the living room to go with 3 cans that are in the kitchen. So now we'll have recessed lighting in the living room, which is great. And that's the door there to our bedroom. Take a step into our old master bedroom. This is my master bedroom. It's been my office now. We stole the flooring from this room. We'll reuse that. And what we do, we cut our walk-in closet out to make this smaller closet. So now the third bedroom is now much bigger. And the closet is no longer as big, but we don't need it to be as big because it's no longer our primary only bedroom. It's now our office. So here's the front of the house now with the garage door installed and all the siding finished. Looks beautiful. Let's now look at a clip of the garage door going up and down because it's super quiet. Now, as you'll notice, they'll need to dig down a bit more for the driveway. They need to get this down to grade. So the garage is still sitting under where they need to be for the departure angle. So more digging to be done. And they'll repave my driveway, which is great. And as usual, a couple of drone clips just showing how the house fits in the neighborhood. I think it fits perfectly into the neighborhood. It looks beautiful there. It looks really like it belongs. Big home, but these drone images just made me so happy. I love it. So that's it for this week. Tomorrow, it's Sunday night, so tomorrow starts a new week. You'll be getting 2 videos this week, weeks 19 and 20, as well as 21. But there was too much content from when I was gone and Heather was doing video. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And man, we are moving. Our GC told us mid-May. So we're about 1 month and 1 week away from being done. Or at least I hope. Thanks for watching.